Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. I'm making a video to show you the latest from Hertz. It's their new cutting kit for the 24 and up Harley Davidson Street Glide and Road Glide base models. So many of you wish you had 6x9s in those rear bag lids, and right now the only option is to go back to the dealer and spend a fortune. We'll go over that, the cost of the new ones, I'll show you how they cut in, and we'll go over availability on when they're going to be released. All right, so many of you have a factory lid that looks like this, but you really wished you had that CVO style lid that held a 6x9 in your bike. Well, up to now, the only option is to go back to your dealership. You pay about $800 for a pair of lids, but then you find out it's $78 a piece for the grills, it's $150 for the harnessing, and about $1,100 in, you've got a speaker lid, but no speaker. Well, our friends at Hertz have already come up with a great solution. They've developed a cutting kit that's going to have a template that lays over the lid. We're going to be able to trace and cut out a line and mount a grill and a mount from underneath that holds a 6x9 for a lot less money. Today I'm going to actually cut this into a lid that we've put on one of our bikes. We're going to test fitment of it, and after we've verified fitment, we're probably 45 to 60 days from having these available to ship. Now, if you want to be one of the first to get it, we're going to go over a little later in the video how to do it, but we're going to put these on our website, we're going to put pricing on it, and we're going to allow you to call in and get on a call list. We're not going to take your money now. We're going to call you when they're available and let you be one of the first to get it. So you definitely want to check that out later in the video. But let's get over to our bike. I'm going to tape off the lid and show you exactly how this system mounts. All right, so you're going to notice the lid here is a different color than the rest of the bike. And that's because we sourced a factory lid that didn't have a speaker and we dropped it on our CVO. My base model bike is currently with our engineers finishing up our A to B interface. It will be here very, very soon, and then you'll be able to put a huge amp in the fairing to power your awesome new 6x9s. But today I'm going to show you on this wrong colored lid how to cut it in. So we're going to take some masking tape to begin with, and I'm going to tape off the top part of our lid. We're going to skip ahead and show you the next part here in a second. All right, so we've got our masking tape all over the top of our lid, just pretty much putting it anywhere this template can sit, because this template is going to protect our bag from scratching when we're using our saw, but we want to make sure that it doesn't vibrate enough to maybe do a little scratch in the paint. So very important, first thing, put masking tape on it. Next, you set your template in place. You'll notice it actually has some lines that line up with the body line curves on this new style lid. And once you get it in place where everything matches up, you're going to put 3 screws in it just to hold it so it doesn't move while you're trying to cut this hole out. No going back now. So we're going to drill 3 holes, 3 screws to hold it in place. Then we're going to drill a couple of pilot holes to drop our saw in to cut this out. All right, so this process really isn't new, but it is new on the new bikes because this lid is completely different. And our friends at Hertz have worked very, very fast to try to get you a much better solution. Again, I just told you earlier, it's about $1,100 to get the parts at the dealership to do this, whereas this kit's going to cost you about $350, including all your harnessing. Let's go ahead and pre-drill a couple of our pilot holes. All right, so if you're looking at this up close, it's a little rough and finished because this is actually a 3D printed prototype. The ones that you would get would be injection molded ABS. They're going to be perfect. They're going to look great. And I'm excited to see that finished result. I'm going to go ahead and cut the outside line of this template all the way around. By doing so, it's going to give us that perfect hole to drop in these parts that are going to screw together. Everything's gasketed, everything's watertight, so you're not going to get any water in your bags. All right. So at this point, depending on how smooth your surface is, you could take a sander and you could sand these a little bit smoother. But this not being a final product and something we're not going to leave on permanently, I think our hole's plenty good. As you see, we've cut out the exact part that we needed for our grill to go in. Next, we're going to test fit our upper part. Make sure that it drops in our hole. Looks like it does well, so I'm going to go ahead and untape it. We're going to get this mounted in place. All right, so our Hertz cut kits, when they come to you, they're going to be a perfect finish. They're going to have this nice recess with these louvers and the Hertz logo. They also come with the grill, so you're not buying a grill separate like you do on the Harley stuff. And all the edges will have a thick gasket that'll actually seal to that painted surface. But also the part that mates and goes underneath will also be gasketed. And there's brass inserts in here, so there's a fine machine screw that 4-point screw this together, sandwiching those gaskets and making it a watertight seal. So I'm just starting each one of our screws, just making sure it lines up. Looks like our gasket lines up great with the plastic area. And now that I've got them all started, I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down. All right, so after you've screwed these 4 screws in, they lined up great, went very easy. You have a very well sealed area. Now there's also a raised flange here that's going to fit perfect with the gaskets we have for the new Hertz SX690H. The 690H is the first 6x9 specifically built for Harley and specifically for those 24 and up models. So it's going to drop directly into the factory lids. If you'd already made that mistake and bought that CVO lid, it'll go right in it. But if you've done a cutting kit like this, it also fits here as well. So the 690H is your new speaker for those 24 and up Harleys. All right, so not only did the cutting kit fit great, it was perfect for the speaker. The 690H is mounted up. I had to do a little tapping of the holes. The one you get will be perfect. The speaker fits perfectly to that flange. It's going to be nice and sealed. The lid opens and closes without rubbing or hitting anything. But on top of that, if we take this grill out, now your grill will be metal, not plastic for the 3D printing, but you can see the angle of the speaker. They've actually put an angle on it where it's pointed right about where your head would be. So you're going to get a much better sound from your rear 6x9s in this. It's not just a flat mount. It's angled it for much, much better ability to hear it. Awesome solution, very, very easy to install. Very excited to have it. So if you have one of these new 24 and up bikes or 23 and a half and up CVO for that matter, and you want to upgrade your system, you need to follow Volunteer Audio. Definitely subscribe to our channel because we keep showing you new products as they're available, even in prototype form. So we can give you a timeline for when they're going to be here and save you some money so you don't make that mistake of trying to buy these parts from your dealer and then later regret it. At Volunteer Audio, we are the only company that has built an A to B interface to allow you to take out your factory amp and put a much larger amp in. This is huge because if you had that stock 200 watt amp that only did 9 watts a channel, this isn't going to do you a lot of good because you're really not going to hear your rear speakers. But by buying the Volunteer Audio upgrade package that comes with that big Hertz SP4.900, that's a 1,000 watt RMS amp, 2,000 watts peak, you can do up to 8 speakers. And I know you're wondering, where am I going to put 8 speakers? Whether you do 2 speakers, 4 speakers, 6 speakers, or 8 speakers, it always sounds better when we have more power. But we're going to have plenty of power to run our 6x9s in our lids, our 6.5s in our fairing, another set of 6.5s in a tour pack, and there's several companies coming out with chopped lowers that allow you to put some 6.5s or 8s in those lowers, and our amp's going to be set up to do it all. So one purchase, one amp, fits perfectly, plug and play, doesn't void any warranties. Cutting kits to make it where you don't have to buy new lids at Harley and all the harnessing that we've developed to go along with it. So definitely subscribe to Volunteer Audio, check out volunteeraudio.com, and keep an eye on that 24 and up plug and play amp and speaker section as well, because that's where we're going to be posting these new kits as all these parts come in. As of right now, we're probably 45 to 60 days from having the cutting kits, but we're only maybe a week away from having those A to B interfaces. And if you want to be at the top of the list to be the first to be able to do this upgrade, you need to call 1-844-30-AUDIO, and you need to tell our sales team that you want to be on a callback list. All we need is your name and phone number. We're not taking any money now. We know our products are going to be superior. We know they're going to sound amazing, and we know you're going to want them as soon as they're available. So call and give us your name and number. Let us know whether you're waiting on the cutting kits, the amp and the interface, or all of it together, and we'll give you a call as soon as they're available and give you first dibs at it before it goes on sale to the rest of the public. Thank you for watching Volunteer Audio. We love bringing you the latest in Harley audio, and when you follow us, you're going to know about it first. But we also show you how to install it on your bike. We allow you to make the best decision by being well informed, so you hopefully buy the right products the first time. And if you need help, give us a call at 1-844-30-AUDIO. We'd love to talk to you about your bike, your build, and your budget, and make sure we put together that perfect package for you that first time. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have any questions. Maybe you're excited and you just want to say something about it. Comment below. We always like the encouragement you send us, and we like replying back to those very, very quickly. Again, you can call us at 1-844-30-AUDIO, or you can visit volunteeraudio.com to see the latest packages as we put them up on the site. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.